I'm so glad that you found a little time in your day to join me today for this little eye makeup look with my Athr Moonlight Crystal Palette. I'm going to use this today. And then I think I'm going to have 2 more looks in this video. So stay tuned if you want to see all the looks I end up putting together for the rest of my Athr palettes that I think I'm going to keep. I have 2 other palettes that I still want to get on my eyes before I make my final decisions about things. Let's go ahead and get in today's first look. I am going to put some primer on my eyes. So let's grab that. First, I'm going to put some eye drops in, actually. Just have really dry eyes going on. My contacts in today so I can actually see. And I'm going to go in with my e.l.f. Lock It Down Primer. And because I have these nails on, I'm going to actually use a brush to blend the primer out. That wasn't quite enough. I'm going to add a little bit more. Today is October 30th. Tomorrow's Halloween. Excited and a little sad. I never did get my Halloween decorations up, which is disappointing, but also okay. We're not going to be handing out candy this year, which is a bummer, but I think it's better if we don't have decorations up. That way it's not confusing for the trick-or-treaters. I'm going to put a sign out and stuff as well. We're not going to be home this year. We're going to go to our friends and hang out. So that's exciting because it's a Friday. We don't usually get to do that because Halloween, you know, normally my partner, when he's working, has to get up at 4:30 in the morning. So doing stuff on a weekday is not an option. So it's kind of cool. I'm going to go hang out with some friends this time. Let's see. What do I want to go into first for this palette? I think the first thing I'm going to go into is this kind of green color here, more stiff formula. I got to figure out the right brush to get this formula picked up. So I'm just going to put it on the back of my hand. See, I don't think that was going to be a good one. Let's try a rougher natural hair, see if that works better. I don't know. It's picking up on the brush, you can see it, but it's not laying down on my skin on my hand. There's nothing there. See? So, let's try this. Really packed it on there and see if we can get something on the lid. Nice and tacky. But anyways, oh, there it goes. Okay. You guys have any Halloween plans? Are you getting to do something special since Halloween's on Friday this year as well? Let me know how you're doing down in the comments. How are you guys doing? How have you been this week and what have you been up to? Our week has been not great. A close friend passed suddenly and there's a lot of grief this week. But we're managing, we're supporting each other. And me and my kids and my partner went for a walk yesterday, got some fresh air. Just trying to be with our emotions. Yeah. It's always hard when someone passes, but it's even extra hard when it's unexpected. I'm actually really happy with how that's laying down. It's so weird that it doesn't really lay down on my hand. I wonder if the primer is what's helping it, but regardless, I like that a lot. It's pretty cute. And then I think next I'm going to go in to this purple shade here. Should I go in with the same brush? No, I think I'm going to go in with a fluffier brush. I'm going to use this Sigma Alice in Wonderland E27. And then I'm just going to go like that, kind of blending it out. I can't believe this year is almost over. Isn't it crazy? 2025 has not been my year, but you know, can't always have the best years of our lives every year. Okay, I'm liking that so far. And then what do I want to do? Do we want to go gray blue, or do we want to stay in the purple family and pick one of the purples? You know what? I think I'm going to do this bright. It's like a purple with a little bit of blue in it. I think I'm going to do that for the rest. And I'm going to use this same fluffy brush, and I'm not even going to clean it off. And I'm just going to go straight into that. And we're just going to keep building. I think I'm going to try a wing today. I was watching a video from Samita. I can't remember her last name right now, but she does a ton of tutorials on YouTube. She's a huge YouTuber. You probably know of her. If not, I'll link her channel down below. She does some really great tutorials. Her videos are pretty short. And sorry if you can hear my jaw popping. I didn't realize you could hear it on the last video that I filmed. My TMJ is acting up terribly right now, just because of stress. And yeah. So if you hear that clicking, I'm really sorry. That is my jaw you're hearing. I've thought about getting Botox for it. I wonder if my insurance will cover it, but if you've done the Botox for TMG, let me know. I wouldn't do Botox for my wrinkles. Personal preference, and I don't care if you do Botox for your wrinkles. I just personally wouldn't. But for TMJ, I'm really thinking about it because it's gotten really ridiculous. I've had issues with it the majority of my adult life, but recently it's just been terrible. Anyways, I'd be interested to hear if you have some experience with it. I've done massage, I've done relaxation, I've done the mouth guards, I've done like a ton of different things for it, and yeah, it just keeps coming back. I mean, reducing the stress is probably the biggest thing that I need to do for it, but sometimes life just doesn't allow for that to happen. I think I went way too far out here, but we can clean that up after we do the wing. Yay, I'm actually really happy with that. Let's see, let me look at this a little more up close. I'm really happy with how that's turning out. I think I'm going to take this shade on the top here, this really bright toppery shade, and normally I would use my finger, but again, because of these nails, they're really hard to get into these pans, so they're triangle shape. I'm going to see if I can use this Sigma detailer brush. This is the eye shading in E55. Let's see if I can get this to pick up enough on this brush in here on the lid just a little bit and add a little bit more sparkle to the look here in the center. I just can't get the sparkle that I get from other indie shadows with these Athr shadows. But that's okay. That's why I have other shadows I can add to. I don't have to stick to the same palette all the time. I do like to use a palette for its color story. Like, I prefer to be able to use just one palette. I don't like to have to go in between palettes. But I have some singles that are really pretty that I might add to this in a minute. But first I want to try that wing. I kind of feel like I want to try doing it with these slick waterline pencils from Melt. This is my newest eyeliner, and it's very creamy, so I think it will work well because I don't have any gel pens, and Smita used a gel pen for hers. Let's see if we can do it. So she did what she called a T method for hooded eyes. If you don't know what hooded eyes are, it's this extra skin that hangs over and kind of covers up your lid space. Yeah. You can have different degrees of hood, but it makes it difficult to do a wing. You know, I'm going to link that exact video she did down below because it was such a great video if you have hooded eyes. dot here, and then she connected them, and then from here. Okay. Yeah, that's cute. I'm gonna go in a little bit more, and then obviously I'm gonna like clean up to here. I don't want the wing, or the shadow past the wing, but I already know I had brought it too far out with doing the wing. I will fix that off camera, but let's add a little bit more here. Like that, yeah. Cute. I'm super impressed. That made it so simple. I'm gonna go off camera because I don't know if that I can do it equal on camera. Try to get it equal. So I'm gonna need to be like really up close to try to get that done. And I'm going to come back and I will show you how I'm gonna clean up this edge so you can see that process. Because I know a lot of people don't show the cleanup process. They do it off camera. And I want you to see that. So I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. They're even enough. Good enough for the first time. This is my first time doing this, so we're gonna call it good enough. I think it's pretty good. I already cleaned up this side, as you can see. So this side, it's real simple. I just take a Q-tip, or you can use a reusable Q-tip. I'm gonna use a regular Q-tip. I take my micellar water. I'm using the CosRx low pH niacinamide micellar water. I really have been enjoying this. And I just stick the Q-tip right over the hole, and then it gets it just damp enough that it's not soaking wet. Actually need a little bit more, and then leave it long enough. Perfect. And then I'm just gonna take the Q-tip that's it. Always go the way of the wing or the shadow. Don't go down and pull it. One, you're going to pull your skin funky. It's going to make some skipping marks. And two, you want to keep the lift. Yep, that's it. That's how we do it. I did get a little bit of black eyeliner underneath on this side, so I think I want to match that on this other side and bring it down a little bit more. There we go. Just a tiny bit. Yeah. And now that I have my eyes just the way I want them, I'm going to put on my base. I already put on my skin primer, which was the In Beauty Project face glaze, because I'm trying to get this used up since it's broken. It's actually really close to being gone. I think it's like that much left, maybe. A couple more uses. I'm gonna put on some mascara. My cat is being crazy. I'm gonna do my brows. And yeah, mascara, foundation, brows, and then I'll be back and we'll do cheeks and lips together. All right, I'm back. I went in with my, I thought I said it right here. Oh, and then I set something on top of it. I went in with my Fenty Beauty Easy Drop Blur Stick and my Say, I don't remember, glowy, what is it called? Slip Tint Concealer Corrector, both in shade 1s. And then I just went in with my usual Make Blade Line for the brows and my Tower 28 mascara. It's warm in here. My Tower 28 mascara for the lashes, which I could almost use some false lashes with this thicker wing, but I'm okay. I think it's all right. Next, I'm going to go in with this Beverly Hills Flush Balm. I didn't set my makeup with any powder. I did spray the e.l.f. Mist and Set just to kind of meld together everything, but I didn't put any powder on. My skin's feeling a little dry today. I don't know that I'm going to put any powder on at all. We'll see at the end. So this is the Flush Balm in Beverly Hills. I wanted to go in with a cool tone, since my eyes are cool toned. Now I got foundation all over this. Just gonna wipe it off with a tissue. Look how much of that I've used. I'm so excited to use this up. Only because it's exciting to get to use up a product, not because I'm excited for it to be gone. I actually really love this color and this product. And then blend that in real quick. Do I have a good brush to blend that with? Ooh, I need to redo my brushes. Okay, let's try this powder brush. That's okay. That worked. I might need to set under my eyes just a little bit because I'm kind of noticing already some creasing. Maybe we'll do a pink powder to kind of tie in the pink cheek. I'm going to grab my LYS loose powder in Sincere Pink. I will go in and set a little bit with this under the eyes. Just taking it on my puff. Getting rid of any excess. Yeah, much better. I don't like this packaging on this. Like, oh my gosh. See, this falls out. Oh, look what I just did. Do you see all that? I really don't like the packaging on this. I really just made a huge mess. I'll be right back. I just used a brush and swept it off back into the container as much as I could. And then I'm going to go back in with my puff. Do the other eye. Just enough to set it. I don't want to do too much. I want my eyes to look cakey. And then I'm also just going to a little bit around the nose here. And down the cheek to meet that blush. I'm happy with that. And then I'm going to take that same brush I used and just make sure I brush off any excess. Ooh, I'm making a mess. Yeah. And then I'm going to try to put this back together. It's a good thing powder lasts forever and I'm not going to cry over all this spilled powder on my counter right now, but I'm not happy about it. That's for sure. I'm going to need to decant this into something else. One, the packaging is hard to store, but also, like, it's just messy. Messy, messy mess. All right. Yeah. I think that brought that pink together really well. Really nicely. It's like all over my palette and everything. I think I'm going to take this light blue and finish going under the eye real quick. And to do that, I'm going to take this, which is just stained. It's clean. This is the Sigma E30 pencil brush. I'll get a little of that pink powder in there too. Why not? Mine as well. Just like that. Ooh, that's really pretty. I wasn't expecting that. And then I'm going to go in with this middle shade here. This kind of off pink shade, I'm going to call it. Kind of a taupey pink. And I'm going to go in the inner corner. I'm just going to use the same brush because I'm lazy. Okay. We're just going to go right in the inner corner here. Just like that. Perfect. Cute. Yeah, I'm really happy with that. That turned out nice. The mess on my counter is hysterical. But it turned out nice. Turned out good. We'll have to see if it's worth the mess. And then I am going to go on top of that with the Metaglow highlighter from Essence. I'm just going to use that same brush I cleaned up that powder with. This is a duochrome highlighter. Oh yeah, the purple reflect is just what I wanted for this look. Maybe a little on the nose just for fun. I feel like that is funky, but not in a way that's not wearable. I really like that. Cute. I like to really blend my highlight. Pretty. I like that a lot. I'm happy with that. Next, we're going to do our lip. I'm going to go in with this Mob M159, a cool tone liner. Let that sit for just a second. I'm gonna go back over with this big brush and I'm just gonna make sure everything's set. There's no extra loose powder hanging out. And then I'm gonna go in with the Unearthly Menacing Metal in Ghostly. It matches this whole vibe. This formula is so creamy, and I don't feel any glitter particles or anything, at least with this shade. Gorgeous. I love it. All right, everyone, this is the final look. I'm happy with how it turned out. I'm actually surprised that it all came together so easily. Hey everyone, I'm back, this time with the Athr Desert Sunset palette. I already put on my skin primer, which was the In Beauty Project face glaze I've been trying to use up. Put on my eye primer, and we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna get right into the look because I wanna do one more look in this video and I don't want the video to be super long. We're gonna get into, I think, this shade first, Desert Sand. I'm just gonna use this Natural Beauty Contouring Eye Brush. It's like a super old brush, probably like 20, 25 years old. I think it's natural hair, I'm not sure. I got it when I did a makeover at a spa once, and yeah. It's just the brand they sold. I think it was like a free gift with the makeover thing. I don't remember. It was a birthday gift. Anyways, it's a pretty nice brush. And I'm just going slightly above my crease because of having the hood on my eyes. I like just to make sure that even when I'm looking straight forward, you can still see a little bit of that color from the crease. This does have quite a bit of kick up to it, which is okay. I prefer something to have more kick up than to be too firmly pressed, personally. It's not getting a lot of fallout because I am tapping my brush, but the pan itself is getting quite a bit of kick up. You see that? I was going to check back in about that melt eyeliner, the wet, was it the wet liner? Is that what it's called? No, it's called the waterline, the slick waterline. I didn't set the liner in that last section of this video, and it did end up kind of wearing funny and creasing in spots and kind of wearing off in others. I was able to fix it really quick once I noticed it happening and then set it, and then it was fine. But if you do decide to use that, I would recommend setting it with a black shadow afterwards because it definitely needs to be set, or like a translucent powder of some sort. Now, I've used this palette quite a bit. I really like this Athr palette. I always come up with a look I like with it. I've never had a look I didn't like. But let's see today what happens. I really love this neutral brown. It's probably like one of the most neutral brown colors I have in my collection, and this is the Mesquite color. And I'm going to go in with that in the crease as well. I'm going to take a Sigma, which one is this? E30 pencil, and I'm going to go right into that. How are you today? How was your Halloween? Today is, I think, the 2nd or the 3rd. I can't remember. Anyways, yeah, how was your Halloween? Did you guys get to go out and do anything? We actually didn't end up going up to our party. Everyone just really wasn't emotionally feeling like going out and celebrating with everything else that happened this week, so we ended up deciding last minute to go ahead and stay home, which was a little sad. It looked like they had a really great time. They had a great turnout, and the event was really, really well received, it looked like. But I'm sad we missed it. We did end up just going trick-or-treating in our neighborhood and spending time with the kids, which was fun, you know? It was fun. I ended up actually not even going out to do the trick-or-treating because I ended up getting a migraine towards the end of the night. It's okay. We had a good time. We had a good Halloween, considering everything going on in our lives right now. My son's friend, who is the child of the friend that passed, still had his Halloween party, and all his friends showed up and they had a good time, and they're back out tonight playing D&D. I'm really happy to see the boys coming together, supporting each other so well. These are boys I've known since they were all little, so yeah, it was really great just to see them all get together, and they're all in their late teens, early 20s, and it's good for the soul as a mom to see your kids take care of each other that way, you know? I'm gonna, I think, now go into this desert coral color, because of course I cannot. And I think I'm just gonna go a little bit on the inside here with that. It's really pigmented. I'm gonna go in with that same shader brush, they call it a contour brush, sorry. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I wish there was one lighter shade in here, personally, for my skin tone to blend out a little bit better. I know not everybody needs a lighter color to blend, but it helps me where I'm at in my makeup journey for my blending. But I can always go into one of my e.l.f. palettes, which I might do here. I'm gonna think about it though. I might just use this light shimmer color in lieu of that. I did want to go in one of these bronzy shades. I'm not sure which one, so I'm going to swatch out Eternal, Golden Hour, Sunrise, and maybe this Afterglow. Let's see what those shades look like. Yeah, no, Afterglow is way too red. I want more of a bronze. I think that's going to be that Eternal color right here. So I'm going to go in with the Eternal color along the outside here with just a fluffy brush. This is a Luxie 205 tapered blending, and I don't necessarily usually use a fluffy brush for a shimmer, but I'm just really wanting to diffuse the color here a little bit, just a little bit more blending. Yeah. Okay, that's what I wanted. Perfect. And then I'm going to go back in with that Mesquite color again, that matte neutral brown. And I'm going to deepen up the crease just a little bit more and along the lash line. The same brush I was using before. Making a little V shape here. Barely going along the lash line, really just lightest feather touch along the lash line there. Just to build some depth. And then same in the crease as I go up in that V shape. Oh, my cats are getting at each other. My cats do not like it when it's raining outside. My one cat is very much a porch cat. She likes to sit out on the porch all day, but she doesn't like the rain. So when it's rainy, they get really grumpy with each other. So I apologize if you can hear their kerfuffle in the hallway there. They'll be fine. They're gonna be fine. My partner's got it taken care of. Okay, cool. I like that. I'm gonna take this sunset color, the shimmer that complements this coral, and I wanna get a more of a packing brush here for this one. Yeah. And I'm just gonna go in and pack that. All right, I am going to take a big fluffy brush, a small tapered blending E45 Max from Sigma, and I'm going to go into Twilight, and I'm going to go along the brow bone and blend in the edge there a little bit. I feel like it's quite a harsh line we've got going there. I'm going to blend that out. See the difference? You got the harsh line there and a softer blend here. Definitely I'm cleaning that out underneath, but I just wanted to show you. You want to go ahead and start right here, right on the edge. See, most of my brush is below, and it's going to blend the color up slightly. Yep. That's it. Just the windshield wiper motions here. Make sure you're not building it up too high. Yep. Okay. I'm going to do my cleanup and the base and everything else, really, my cheeks, everything off camera, because I don't want this video to be super long. But when I come back, we will finish the under eye and talk about what else I end up putting on my face off camera. So I'll see you in just a moment. All right, I'm back. This is the final look. It took a little bit more than I expected it to, because I ended up going in with this Huda Beauty Peach Pie, and I forgot how much I hate the applicator that it comes with, and I tried to use that and it completely caked up all my makeup. I ended up having to take it back off, everything but the eye look, and redo it, which is fine, but it was a little bit of a process, and here we are. But I did go in with the Easy Bake Peach Pie with a brush, a powder brush, a big fluffy powder brush instead, and the Bio Blurring Loose Setting Powder from House Labs in Translucent. And I actually saw this on a discount like website advertisement on my Instagram the other day, so I hope they're not discontinuing this powder. That would be really disappointing, because this is one of my all-time favorite powders for somebody with dry skin. I've heard for oily skin a lot of people aren't fans of this, but I mean, I've had it for so long, and I'm what, a little over half, maybe 2/3 of the way through it. Anyways, I'll be sad if that gets discontinued. I mean, there's other good powders, but that's definitely one of my favorites. And then I went in with my Say Glowy Gel, not Glowy Gel, Super Glowy Super Skin Foundation in shade 1. I went in with that, and my Say Fair Sun Melt Bronzer. Love that. Its pan is getting bigger and bigger. And then I went in with Melt Sandy Cheeks. They're in their cream blush light, just right at the tops of the cheekbone. And then I figured, since we were doing Athr Beauty, I should use my Athr Diamond Dust, Yellow Diamond Dust highlighter. So I went in with that on the tops of the cheekbones and on the nose. I went in a little heavy at first. So I went in with this brush at first, and it was a little heavy. And then I just went back over it with my Eco Tools fluffy brush that I used for my powders. And it blended it beautiful. So that worked out pretty good. I love this. Obviously, this was not made for my skin tone, but I think it works, especially if I blend it out. It's such a beautiful, beautiful highlight, even though this video is really not about the highlighter, but it is Athr, so I just wanted to share that. Let's see, was that everything? I went in with my Tower 28 mascara, Make Waves mascara in black, that I've been using lately. And I did curl my eyelashes this time with my heated eyelash curler. And for the lip, I went in with the Unearthly lip pencil in Fiery, which is kind of an orangey brick color. And then I used my e.l.f. balm in, is this the strawberry? Yeah, Strawberry Shortcake on my lips. And then I'm going to go ahead and go in with this Nabla Cupid's Arrow under the eye. I thought about going back into the palette, but I think I want to go in with this under the eye today. I thought this coral shade would complement the coral from the palette really well, but not quite be exactly the same. Yeah, I like that. I'm really happy with how the eye look turned out. I think I might take that matte coral shade actually on a really tiny liner brush. And I might just go in just for a little depth right at the lash line there. Yeah. See how that just built a little bit more depth than this side? I like that. And then finally, I think the last thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna cool myself off for a second. The last thing I'm gonna do with this eye is, I think I'm gonna take this Athr Beauty highlight and I'm gonna go in the inner corner and right under the brow bone. Oh, I didn't tell you what I did for brows. I went in with my Plume Lash and Science in Sunset, and it does look like they've discontinued that brow product, which is unfortunate because it really was a great brow product, but I only can find it on one site and they only have one shade left. I'm pretty sure that means it's discontinued. Let's go ahead, let's go in with this with a tiny pencil brush. It's stained, it's clean though. And we'll go right under that brow bone. It's gonna be quite intense. Ah! It's okay, blend it out. We know it blends out. We love a product that blends. Do that on the other side. Try not to go so heavy-handed. Oops. And then right in that inner corner. Just like that. Ooh, yeah. That turned out perfect. That's just what I wanted. Fantastic. Love, love, love. All right, well, thank you for joining me to play with my makeup. I'm really excited. I'm actually gonna go film a really talky video for you guys. It probably is already up on my channel because it's kind of time sensitive. And then I will see you for the next Athr palette in just a minute. Thanks for joining me. Okay, wait a second. Final thoughts. I didn't tell you my final thoughts on the palette. So sorry, guys. I don't see this palette going anywhere in my collection. I really love this palette, and it just reaffirmed that it's one of my favorite Athr palettes. It's got beautiful, easy to blend, buildable mattes with good pigmentation. The shimmers are pretty standard Athr shimmers. They're satins. They're not anything to get too excited about, I guess, but they're not bad. They're good quality. They're just not exciting like other indie brands shimmers maybe, but it's a great everyday wearable palette, and I love the nuance in color of this palette, the yellow and green tones that are in it, the kind of muckiness of it. I like it. It's gonna stay. All right, I'm back. It is like super late in the evening, but I have been having just one of those days where I'm having a lot of feelings. And so I just wanted to put some makeup on my eye to make myself feel better. So I thought I would just use those last couple Athr palettes real quick together. Because I realized I said I had one palette left, but I actually have the Rose Quartz Crystal palette and the Joshua Tree palette, which is an all matte palette. So I'm just going to use one of the mattes out of this for the look. And because my eyes are a little puffy from crying, I'm going to put on these Indeed Lab eye patches. We're getting down there. Almost used them up. I feel like they're getting drier as they're getting to the bottom, which is unfortunate because I would hope they would be actually more moist at the bottom, like that it had settled, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just not using them fast enough. Okay. Don't know, because it is so late in the evening, if I'm gonna put on any other makeup besides eye makeup, but sometimes I just like to do my eye makeup and sit on the couch and watch a movie, you know? I'm just going in with my e.l.f. Lock It Down eyeshadow primer. I think I've almost used this up. But if I take the stopper out, I'll find out that that is not true, but we're going to keep using it. That really far down on the lash line just now. I did not mean to do that. Oops. Okay. Well, that's getting a little bit tacky and drying down. Let's take a look at the palettes. In the Joshua Tree palette, I'm thinking about going in with this wildflower color. And possibly this prickly pear color right here. Because this palette is very like blue, pink. I guess it's not blue. This is more purple, but like it has like ballerina tones to it. You see that blue flip in that. Anyways, I feel like these two colors will go really well with that. Yeah. I'm going to start with the wildflower color. I'm going to go with a really tiny detail brush. This is a Rephr 03. And then we're going to go a little bit on the outside with that color. And then we're also going to go a little bit on the inside. Making it like a halo eye. I'm squinting. It's because I don't have my contacts in this time. I've had my glasses on today. I like that. I think that's perfect for what I'm looking for. And then I think I am going to go a little bit into that prickly pear color with a little bit more fluffy brush. My Prados P18. I really like this brush. I like the length of it. It's got a good balance to it as well. I really want to pick up more of these brushes, or at least a few more of this exact brush to have. This is one of my favorite brushes. I'm always sad when it's dirty and needs to be washed. I'm just going to go right along the edge here. Just add a little bit of diffusing at the edge here and dimension. I want a little bit more into the center than I meant to, but I'll just clean that up here. I'm going to just go in with this Pixie Rock in the center, and I'm just going to kind of take a big fluffy brush. This is a Sigma E35 tapered blending, and I'm going to go into that color. And just cleaned up that center a little bit. I like that. I'm going to do that on the other eye, and then I'll be right back and we'll keep going. All right, I'm back. I feel like that's pretty even. Right? Kind of blend this right here a little bit more. See how beautifully these shadows blend, though? It really is a gorgeous formula. And this Joshua Tree palette's got to be 4 or 5 years old. I love it. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and be done with this for now. I'm thinking I might come back for this Ember Glow color. Thinking about it, but first I'm gonna dip into this next palette, into the Rose Quartz. And I think what I want to do here, I think I want to go in with. Let me swatch these out. I'm going to swatch out all these center shades. I think I know which one I want to do, but I want to look at it first. Okay. So that's Divine. And that, oh, that's pretty. That is Aura. This is Reawakening. And this is a Straight. I gotta look at it myself here a little better. I feel like I always want to go in with this one, which is this one, Reawakening. That's like my favorite, but I think today I'm gonna go in with this one, which is Aura. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so for Aura, I think I want to go in with my, hello mini kitties, my Shine On Shimmer Shadow Enhancer from Cliona. I think I want to go in with that a little bit today. I don't want to put the doe foot on my eye because I already have shadow on there. So I'm going to take a clean brush on the doe foot and just pick up some of the product. I'm going to go in with that across the lid. I haven't played with this too much, so I'm interested to see how it works with a more satin formula as opposed to the Cleona formula, if it's worth using it for that. I think it will be. I'm hoping. And then I'm going to go into Aura, and I'm going to lightly tap that. Yeah. A little more cleanup, and I think I want to go with a little bit of a brighter color right in the center. But I like that. It's a really pretty shimmer. I do like that with that shine on. I don't have my glasses on, so I can't tell how much you can see in the viewfinder or anything. But hopefully you can pick up the sheen. It's pretty. I'm going to take that same fluffy brush I had dipped into that lighter matte in the Joshua palette, and I'm going to go into this light matte in this one, which is that crystalline? No. Sandstone. It's sandstone. Okay, we're going to go into sandstone. I'm going to take this above the crease here and just blend everything together nicely. Try not to blow it out too much, which is hard for me because, you know, I love a blown out look. Or if you don't know, hi, I'm Amy. I love a blown out look. It definitely needs more shimmer, so I'm going to try to go in Divine here. See if we can get anything more from that. I love these, but they're just not quite the level that I want anymore. They're pretty though. Yeah, I like that. Okay, I'm going to clean this brush off I was using with my switch. And then I'm going to just go back in with it without any product on it. And I'm just going to go over the edge. Okay. And then with that same brush, I'm going to dip into Stardust. And we're going to go into the brow bone with that. Yeah, brighten that up. One eye to the other. Okay. I am going to curl my eyelashes real quick and then put on some mascara, and then we'll do underneath the eye here together in just a second. I decided not to do any other makeup other than my brows. I threw in the Infinite Hold Sculpting Brow Tint from Make in Cool Brown into my brows. And I'm seeing actually a spot I need to still clean up a little bit. Okay, better. Anyways, I'm not gonna put any other makeup on. That's all I'm doing today, because like I said, I'm just going to watch a movie on my couch here in a few. I did the eye look. I'm really happy with that. And I'm gonna go in with this Pearls Gone Wild in Dream. And I'm gonna use this on the little to do a little bit more light, and also in the inner corner. I'm gonna take this brush. No, that's not gonna work for that. Let's do this one. Much better. I have to go over that with my finger here in a second. It's pretty flaky. It's pretty. Very, very pretty. Okay, let's do that in the inner corner. Ooh! And it's flaky. Take the fluffy brush. Actually, first I'm gonna pat in what I can. Kind of made a mess with it. I was trying to keep it more to the center and it's kind of everywhere now, but that's okay. It's making me think about Elizabeth Sparkle. I was watching The Substance last night. It's giving me Elizabeth Sparkle. I'm really happy how that turned out. Okay, cool. This sweater, I'm gonna overheat it. We are almost done. We're gonna do a little bit underneath. That's where I was thinking coming in here with this. I think I'm gonna do this orange underneath just for like a pop of like contrast. This might just go completely sideways here, but you know what? I'm gonna take the risk because again, just going to the couch. So this, what better time than now? Like make sure I'm recording this. Gotta make sure we're recording in case it's an absolute fail. Gotta have documentation of it. Love it. It's exactly why I like having palettes with color stories to inspire me to make a look instead of just like a collection of palettes. I love when I'm able to pull from palettes and come up with something like this that I wouldn't have thought of on my own. Do a little cleanup here, blending on the edges right here. I think I'm going to go in with a liner or two in the waterline real quick. I think I'm going to go white in the waterline this time though. I'm going to grab the white liner. I'm going to do that off camera and then I'll be right back and we'll close out the video. This is the final eye look. I really actually pretty excited about how it turned out. Let me put my light in a little bit more so you can see even a little bit better. I don't know if that helped or not. But anyways, I'm going to go in with this Rabanne Love Balm in Soul Kiss. Oh, wait, no, I didn't want Soul Kiss. I wanted Makeup Sex in the Light Taupe. Just for a little hydration and a little color on the lips. I love these balms from Rabanne. I wish they didn't cost so much. Like, that much left. I love these things. Okay. Pretty happy with how it turned out. I think these palettes are going to stay in my collection just because they're old enough they're not going to go anywhere, and I do enjoy playing with them. I think all the ones I used throughout the whole video, not just these two that I used today, but the previous two palettes as well. I'm happy to keep them in my collection right now and play with them, and yeah, they're a little bit older, so it's not really worth passing along to somebody else, and I just needed to take the time to be reminded that I do like playing with these palettes still. So that was kind of a nice little refresh, a little journey into my collection, and a reminder to use the things that I may have forgotten that I love. I'm gonna go sit on my couch, watch a movie. I'm not sure what I'm gonna watch. Something maybe a little less intense than The Substance, but I think we're gonna watch a horror Christmas movie. 'Tis the season. All right, everyone. Thanks again for joining me for these looks with the Athr palettes. We'll talk more about them in my declutter or my collection wrap up at the end of the year. And we're gonna move on to Natasha Nadona and my Huda palettes next. Come along for the ride. Until next time.